At 6 a.m., in a quiet village in Japan, an 87-year-old woman opens her sliding door. She steps barefoot onto her tatami mat and begins her day, not with coffee, but with movement, a gentle stretch, a deep breath, a moment of stillness. She doesn't call it exercise. To her, it's just part of being alive. Half a world away, at that same hour, someone her age wakes up stiff, sore, and afraid to move too quickly. Their knees hurt. Their balance feels uncertain. Maybe you felt that way too, like your body is slowly slipping away from you. If so, this video is for you. Because while aging is natural, becoming fragile doesn't have to be. In Japan, elders in their 80s and even 90s still cook, walk, garden, and live independently, largely thanks to a few simple movements they repeat every single day. And today I'm going to share 4 of those movements with you. No gym, no stress, just small habits that support strong legs, steady balance, and a body that can keep up with your life. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from? And what time is it for you right now? Please share in the comments. I truly enjoy reading them. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Why so many Americans over 60 struggle to move freely. If you've ever stood up from a chair and felt your knees complain, if you've reached for something on the floor and your lower back whispered, "Not today," if stairs have started to feel more like mountains, you're not alone. In the United States, over 35% of adults aged 65 and older report some form of difficulty with basic physical functioning. And for many, this decline doesn't happen all at once. It creeps in slowly. One day, you stop bending down to tie your shoes. The next, you're avoiding long walks. Soon, even getting out of bed takes effort. What's happening? It's not just aging, it's disuse. As we get older, we naturally lose muscle mass, especially if we stop using it. This condition, called sarcopenia, begins as early as our 40s, but accelerates in our 60s and beyond. Add in joint stiffness, slower reflexes, and fear of falling, and the result is a cycle. We move less, so we lose more. But here's the hopeful part. This decline is not irreversible. In fact, some of it is completely preventable. The human body, even in its 70s, 80s, and 90s, responds to movement. Not extreme workouts, just consistent, gentle, daily motion. And this is where Japanese elders show us another path. Instead of seeing movement as exercise, they build it into life. They sit on the floor, getting up and down many times a day. They squat while gardening, stretch in the morning, walk after meals. They move not to burn calories, but to stay connected with their bodies. Imagine turning stiffness into flexibility, weakness into quiet strength, not through pain or force, but through intention. That's what the 4 Japanese movements in this video are about. And in the next part, we'll explore the philosophy behind them and how you can begin right from where you are. Japanese wisdom. Move with intention, not intensity. In many Western cultures, movement is often tied to performance. We count steps, measure calories, track our heart rate. We push ourselves, no pain, no gain, as if movement must always be hard to be worthwhile. But in Japan, especially among its elders, movement comes from a very different place. It's not about intensity, it's about intention. There's a word in Japanese, kaigo yobu, which means preventing the need for nursing care. It's not a medical plan. It's a mindset. The idea is simple. Move your body daily in small, thoughtful ways so that you won't need others to care for you later. This philosophy shows up everywhere in daily Japanese life. Elders sit on the floor for meals, which means they naturally practice standing up and sitting down multiple times a day. They walk, not just for fitness, but as part of their rhythm, often after meals, as a way to aid digestion and clear the mind. They tend gardens, not just for vegetables, but for quiet joy and natural movement. And most importantly, they keep moving even when they feel stiff, because they know movement is the medicine. There's no rush, no competition, no heavy lifting, just the belief that even small, gentle movement done with awareness keeps the body alive. Let me tell you a story. In a small fishing town in Hokkaido, I met a 91-year-old man who still rows his boat every morning. Not far, not fast, but every day. I asked him why. He smiled and said, "Because if I don't move, the rust comes." It's that simple. Movement to him is like oiling the joints, not just of the body, but of the soul. And this is the spirit behind the 4 Japanese movements we'll explore today. They are simple, they are slow, but they are powerful. In the next section, we'll begin with one you can do without even leaving your bed. Movement 1. The cat stretch in bed. Imagine this. You've just woken up. The sun is barely peeking through the curtains. Your body feels stiff, a little heavy. Before reaching for your phone, before getting out of bed, what if you gave yourself just 60 seconds to move like a cat? In Japan, many elders begin their day with a simple stretch, one that mimics the way a cat wakes up. Long spine, big yawn, gentle twist. They don't jump out of bed. They wake the body slowly. Here's how you can do it. Lie on your back. Gently stretch your arms overhead as far as they go. Point your toes away from your fingers as if someone is pulling you from both ends. Breathe in deeply. Hold for 5 seconds. Now exhale and bring your knees to your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins and rock side to side, like you're massaging your lower back. Then place your feet flat on the bed, knees bent. Let both knees slowly fall to one side, then the other, like windshield wipers. That's it. This movement awakens the spine, hydrates the joints, and gently massages the internal organs. More importantly, it reconnects you with your body before the rush of the day begins. Let me tell you about Mrs. Tanaka. She's 83 years old and lives in Kyoto. Every morning, she starts her day with this stretch. She calls it her thank you ritual because it's how she thanks her body for another day of life. She says, "I don't need to run. I just need to move." And that mindset has kept her independent for decades. This first movement might seem small, but its power lies in consistency. Day by day, it becomes not just a stretch, but a message you send to your body. You are alive, and I'm listening. In the next part, we'll move from the bed to the floor, because the second Japanese movement teaches us how to stand strong, using nothing but our own legs. Movement 2. Sit and stand. Strengthen legs. For many Japanese elders, sitting on the floor is not a challenge. It's a way of life. They eat on low tables, relax on tatami mats, even drink tea while kneeling. And what that means, without them even thinking about it, is this. They're doing squats every single day. This natural habit, getting up and down from the floor, keeps their legs strong, their hips mobile, and their balance sharp. It's one of the reasons why elderly people in Japan have a significantly lower rate of falls and fractures compared to other developed countries. And you don't need a tatami mat to start doing this. Here's a simple version you can try right now. Sit on a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the ground. Place your hands lightly on your thighs, not to push, just to guide. Now lean slightly forward, press your feet into the floor, and slowly stand up. Then lower yourself back down with control, not collapsing, but sitting with strength. Try doing this 5 times a day to begin. It may feel easy, or not, but it works. Why does this matter? Because leg strength is life strength. Weak legs are one of the top reasons older adults lose independence. When we can no longer rise from a chair or walk without support, we begin to rely on others. And for many, that's the hardest part of aging. But the solution doesn't lie in lifting heavy weights or joining a gym. It starts with one simple motion: standing up, and then sitting down, repeated every day. There's an old Japanese saying, "Nana korobi ya oki." Fall 7 times, stand up 8. In this case, we're not talking about failure. We're talking about resilience, about training the body, gently but consistently, to do what it was built for: movement. So even if it takes effort today, remember this: each time you rise, you're telling your body, "I still can." And that message matters more than any exercise routine. Coming up next, we'll shift to the feet and discover a tiny movement that builds balance, circulation, and bone strength, all in under 1 minute a day. Movement 3, heel lifts, balance plus bones. It's a tiny movement, so small most people overlook it. But if you've ever watched an elderly Japanese person standing in line, brushing their teeth, or even waiting for a bus, you might notice something surprising. They gently rise onto their toes, then lower back down, again and again. This is called heel lifting, and it's one of the simplest but most powerful daily habits for aging well. Why? Because it does 3 things at once. 1. Improves balance by strengthening the small stabilizing muscles in the ankles and calves. 2. Boosts circulation, helping blood flow return to the heart, especially important if you sit a lot. 3. Protects bones. The gentle pressure stimulates your leg bones, which helps prevent osteoporosis. In Japan, many elders do this without even thinking. It's part of their daily rhythm. When they stand at the sink to rinse rice or wash vegetables, they lift their heels. When they wait for tea to brew, they rock slightly back and forth. No gym, no time set aside, just movement woven into life. Here's how to try it. Stand tall, holding onto the back of a chair or counter for support. Slowly lift your heels off the ground, rising onto the balls of your feet. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds, then gently lower back down. Repeat this 10 times, once or twice a day. It might feel like nothing, but done consistently, it helps train your body to stay steady. And for older adults, steadiness is everything. Falls are one of the top causes of injury in people over 65. But studies show that even simple balance exercises like heel lifts can significantly reduce the risk, especially when done regularly. There's a quiet wisdom in the way Japanese elders train balance, not through fear, but through habit, through calm, repeated motion. One elderly man in Osaka told me, "Every time I rise onto my toes, I remind myself I'm still standing." So the next time you're brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil, try it. Lift, breathe, ground yourself. That small motion may be the very thing that keeps you steady, not just on your feet, but in your life. Next, we'll explore the final movement, one that doesn't just strengthen the body, but calms the mind. Movement 4, mindful walking, daily circulation. In Japan, walking is more than transportation. It's a daily ritual of health. You'll see it everywhere. An elderly woman walking to the market with her reusable bag. A group of older men strolling slowly through the park after lunch. Couples in their 70s taking evening walks, hand in hand, saying little, just enjoying the rhythm of their steps. But what's different isn't that they walk, it's how they walk. There's a softness to it, a slowness, a kind of quiet dignity. This is mindful walking, a movement that engages the body, calms the mind, and brings both into harmony. Here's how to try it. Step outside or simply walk around your home. Stand tall, shoulders relaxed, eyes forward. Take slow, steady steps. As your heel touches down, feel the ground beneath you. Let your arms swing naturally. Let your breath follow the rhythm of your steps. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the present moment. Notice how your body moves, how your weight shifts, how the air feels. You don't need to walk far. Even 5 minutes can shift your whole energy. Why does this matter? Because walking like this activates your circulation, strengthens your heart, and improves your balance. But more than that, it gives you a moment to return to yourself. A 78-year-old man in Nagano once told me, "Every step I take, I remind myself I'm still here." That's the gift of mindful walking. It doesn't ask you to go fast, it only asks you to be present. And for those in their later years, presence is everything. It brings peace, stability, and a deeper sense of purpose. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, stiff, or just a little tired, try this. Step, breathe, be here. Because sometimes the most healing path is the one right beneath your feet. These 4 movements don't need to be perfect. They just need to be done. Gently, daily, with care. A stretch in bed, a steady stand, a few heel lifts, and a mindful walk. Let them become your rhythm, not your chore. 1 movement a day is enough to begin. Over time, these simple actions become habits, and habits become strength. The strongest changes often start with the smallest steps. So be patient, be kind to yourself, and stay consistent. If this video helped you, please share it with someone you love. A neighbor, a parent, a friend, someone who deserves to feel strong again. Because healing doesn't happen alone, it happens in community. And tell me in the comments, have you started doing any of these movements yet? I'd love to hear your journey.